Welcome to the manhood.neat podcast. What's going on, Mr. D-Watt?
What's up, my friend? How are you?
Oh, I'm a little tired. But I'm making it. I'm
in the same boat, dog.
What's been going on?
I'm in the same boat.
You haven't been on deployment lately because no local operations. I haven't seen you around, so.
I know it's been bad, man. I'll be honest with you. I was out of town for some work training, which was good. And then we came right back, went out of town for like a standard vacation that we kind of go on with some family friends every year. And then now I'm just back to working long days, got some busy stuff coming up at work and just trying to get ready for that. And so I'm just locked in, dog. But I say all that, but I'm leaving tomorrow to go back out of town for a work conference. So, it's just, I can't sit down to play Xbox. In fact, I went to turn my Xbox on today and it was like, who are you? Access denied. Like,
yeah.
So what about you?
Busy. Work is just kind of starting to get busy. It's not, most of my busyness has not been work. I am actively looking for another employee, so that always takes a little extra time. But we've started like prepping for planting and stuff, started doing burn down. Yeah. But my house, you can tell I'm still, the man cave is still in disarray. And like, in fact, I got a TV over here. My kid's playing Xbox, like has commandeered to play Xbox on. But, so nothing's been done other than the mitigation. So found out today that they have finally approved, they being insurance, the payment for the mitigation, but have not yet approved the estimate quote for restoration. So yeah, like 2 weeks or whatever into this thing, and we're still, So still kids sleeping on the couch upstairs because his bed's gone. I mean, it's, So we got that. And then, house projects galore. So, did the wallpaper thing, and then they're like, you know what? We need to get the porch repainted and the entryway steps coming down. So I did all that. And dude, like the Lord, I don't know. No, actually this is not the Lord, because the Lord doesn't cause sin. But the depravity of man is just wearing on me. Especially, more specifically, the depravity of other people's kids. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, my kids are depraved too, don't get me wrong, but they didn't do this. So there's some little gremlins over who I've never met today. And now our porch, like we painted it last weekend, but because it's been overcast and super humid and rainy, the paint's dry, but it's not like cured yet, So it's like still kind of soft. They found a spot and they picked it on the porch. And then they went, because you know how paint that's not cured is you can just So there's a big section that's been ripped off and is back to bare wood, and it's mixed paint, so if I try, it's not going to match perfect. I'm not happy about it. And my wife's a better person than me. She's like, we don't need to say anything. I'm like, no, we need to say something. Like, I'm going to call this dude, be like, you owe me a gallon of Valspar, blah 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 blah. Actually, I want 4 gallons. I need to repaint the whole thing so it all matches again.
Nebraska red, Cornhusker red. I know that's what color you're painting your porch. So
it's actually forest canopy. Thank you very much. Yeah,
that's golly, man. I know I've talked about it before. We're kind of in the middle of doing our living room, and we've got all these paint colors across the living room, and they're on different walls, so you can see what it looks like during the day, and the light, the sun, the dark, all that kind of stuff. And she's like, "What do you think?" And I was like, I like the gray that's already there. She did not think that was funny. She goes, what about this kintsugi white or whatever it is? And I was like, that's white? That looks like gray. So we've landed on a color, but then we ain't got to have like big paint on. So
painting's the worst. It is the worst.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to have by the beginning of or planting season here in a month that my basement is done, because I'm not coping well with mess everywhere.
Well, and it didn't help that your Huskers didn't play well.
We won. We won. It's like, hey, a win's a win.
I know you won. I know you won. Would you admit that?
No, they did not. But we've had this issue where we lose any single possession or single like score game, possession game, we lose.
Yeah.
We did not.
Yeah.
We found a way to
It's a
win, which
step.
has not been the case for the last 6 years. Like the last 6 years, if we won pretty big, or we lost by
Yep.
a field goal or touchdown. So, and we won with a player stepping up and making a play. That's what I was like.
It's a
Okay,
step forward. Hey, listen, it's a step forward for that program. You
Yeah.
know, so I'm here for it, man.
Yeah.
Look, you didn't get beat by a 2-12 team like Alabama did.
That's
so.
right. That's right. So yeah. And we played. I mean, we played a more legitimate competition than like Georgia did.
Hey, man, the Thundering Herd. There's some historical significance to that.
Are they Power 4?
They have been around a really long time.
Yeah. So is Harvard. But so it's not exactly.
Listen, it doesn't get any better because we're playing Austin Peay this week.
Yeah, I know.
And
We're playing
we
Akron.
actually-
So
who are y'all playing?
Akron.
Yeah, we're paying Austin Peay Athens.
Oh, that's how it normally works. That's how we're paying Akron too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, who is it? Who is it? Yeah. Like there's no good games this week. Michigan and Oklahoma is like the only maybe decent game that's on this weekend. The rest of it's just cupcakes. So
In fact, the Georgia game is such a low tier that it's not even going to be broadcast on TV. You have to have this app to watch it.
Oh, really? So what did the Tennessee get the SEC channel game during that slot then?
I guess so. I haven't looked, but it's in Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but anyways, we appreciate you guys tuning into this episode. If you'd like to support us, the best way to do that, again, is just to subscribe, follow, whatever, like, rate, and review, and all that good stuff on your favorite podcast platform. Share it with a buddy, and you can always reach out to us either on Instagram or X at manhood.neat. We're on YouTube at manhood.neat podcast, and you can email us at manhood.neat@gmail.com. Again, that's manhood.neat@gmail.com. All right. So we do have a bottle tonight that we're going to sample on, and then this is going to be kind of a quick episode, but we'll kind of explain that after the review. So, D-Watt, take it away. What are we tasting tonight?
yeah. Yes, we are going to have Larceny Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, and this is the small batch iteration. So this is produced by Heaven Hill, which also does Henry McKenna, and they do Elijah Craig. So they've got a pretty good profile. Let's see. This is it's non-age stated, but because it's considered a small batch, we know that it's at least 4 years old. The mash bill is 68% corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley. So this again makes it a wheated bourbon. Kind of has a cool story to it. So again, this is Heaven Hill owned, and the idea behind the Larceny is there was a treasury agent named John Fitzgerald. Heaven Hill also has some other old Fitz and old Fitzgerald releases. Same guy. He was a U.S. Treasury agent in the late 1800s, and he used to use his key to the federally bonded warehouses to just access some whiskey. So he knew where all the barrels were, and he would steal them. They were actually called the Fitzgerald barrels because he would steal all the good barrels. Of course, he got caught, and so the story goes larceny. So it's got a key on it, that whole thing. So kind of a cool story. It's going to be 46% alcohol. So obviously, Josh Heupel, how many football coaches have to notify their neighbors when I mean, that guy's just a creep, right? So obviously, Josh Heupel. We know the guys in Tallahassee can do math. They beat those nerds in Tuscaloosa, so we're not going to exclude them. Austin Peay is in Clarksville, Tennessee. Is that too close to you? It's East Tennessee, man. It's getting close.
Clarksville? I'm not sure.
Isn't that you?
What could be close to me? I don't know.
Okay. Obviously, the Iowanians. And then who are y'all playing? What
Akron,
middle school is it?
Akron. Is
Akron.
that the Zips?
Yep. The Zips.
Yeah. And for the Iowanians, just so they know, because they probably won't understand 92, because that's a yardage number for passing they've never seen. But 46 they probably get. So
Awesome, awesome, man. Golly, I just don't understand the hate, but I'm here for it. Yeah, so 92 proof. So yeah, that's
All right.
it. Have you
Well,
had this before?
yes.
Okay.
Not on the. We haven't reviewed it, but I've had it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've had it outside. Yeah, yeah, well, obviously we had.
Yeah.
Don't forget to put your ounce in the infinity bottle.
Yep. The Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, the infinity gauntlet. All right, you're sounding good on my end. We'll see. God, it sounds so cool on my end, man. It's so disappointing. I got to get a cork pop mic. That's what I'm gonna ask for Christmas.
A dedicated mic just
Just
for
a
the cork pop.
dedicated. Yes, I want it to be super sensitive. Yeah, that's what I need, man. I'm tired of just disappointing all of our tens of fans.
Our tens of fans.
So, yep, pretty light, isn't it?
Pretty light. Pretty light.
Yeah, 4 years old, probably pretty accurate.
Yep. Yep. Man, it's very citrusy.
Yeah, it's pretty light. It's a little oaky, but I mean, it's kind of. I get some floral. I definitely get grain. Yeah, I mean, it's
I get orange zest all day.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I get
yeah.
like some nutmeg, but nothing like too fancy.
No, it's very light. It's very light. All
Yeah,
right.
no doubt.
Cheers.
All right. Yeah, cheers. It's pretty thin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think that's the proof age.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sweet. Like, don't get me wrong, it's sweet now. I don't think it's as sweet as the Green River that we had last week.
No. But part of it too, where because it's so thin, the flavor it's quick. It doesn't hang out at all.
Yeah, it's a pretty short finish.
And so you get, but even just the palate itself is just like gone.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice though. I mean, to me, it's just simple. You don't have to like work hard for it. It's just it's thin. I get kind of caramel vanilla. I kind of get a little bit of a dusty note. But Heaven Hill, we've talked about it before, has the Heaven Hill funk. It's a thing. So that's kind of what I attribute that to. Yeah, I mean it's got a nice finish. It's kind of vanilla and it's just
I don't see
simple.
I have had allergies like all week, but I'm getting like honey, cinnamon, and orange. Like, it's very like. It sounds weird. It tastes like a Christmas drink to me. Like we should have had this as one of our Christmas bourbons, right?
We should have swapped it out for that other
caramel
trash
crap.
that yeah, golly, I couldn't get rid of that mess.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I get some like light orange zest. I get the honey, the sweetness, and just a touch of cinnamon is the only kind of like spice to it. The finish to me is the same, and you add a little like burnt brown sugar on it. And that's kind of what I get.
Yeah, it's simple to the point where it's almost boring. If that makes sense. Like it's just I'm not like I get the same thing every time. It's not terribly complex. It's just simple, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's smooth. It's just yeah. Like
it's a nice entry level wheated bourbon.
I don't think you can do anything else with this. I think any ice is just going to destroy it. I mean, it won't hold up at all. I don't think I don't think it'll hold up to soda. I don't think it'll hold up to an old fashioned. Again, because you're watering it down. I wouldn't slush it. I don't think it's got the right flavor for that. It's just, I mean, it's a light, easy. If you want to drink something neat, bourbon. It's not going to intimidate
and I
anybody.
think this is something you could introduce to somebody who was getting into bourbon. This is a pretty easy like entry level wheated bourbon.
Yeah. And if they wanted it cold, you'd have to get the stones. You'd have to give it some stones.
Sure. Yeah. So other entry level wheated bourbons, we've got Maker's Mark,
Better.
We've got Larceny, and then we've got Weller Green Label.
Yeah.
So which one, like where would you? Because those are kind of the three most prominent. Of course, Weller Green Label, depending on where you are, you may not be able to find it. And if you do, you're gonna want way too much for it. But we'll include it because it's kind of an OG weeder. Like what?
I don't know if I've ever had non-foolproof Weller.
What? You've never had Green Label Weller?
So I think I've only had foolproof.
I refuse to believe that.
Um,
Well, you and I had Weller foolproof
yeah, we had
last year,
foolproof,
right?
but I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember. I had Weller with what I had with Ben Lewis at his house in Nebraska, but I don't remember. I think that was foolproof too.
Well, if it was the blue label, it's foolproof.
Do they have? Is there a third? Is there like a special reserve Weller?
That's the green label.
That's regular.
Yep.
Okay, then I have had that. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the green label, and then there's a red label, which is the 107,
Yeah.
which I think is I think it's the best Weller.
Okay.
And then you've got the Weller 12, which is the black label, and then they introduced the foolproof, which is the blue label, and then there's an orange label that's a single barrel that I've heard was dog water.
Okay.
That they're so inconsistent, it's not worth the money. And then there's a white label called CYPB, and they did like a crowdsourcing thing, and it's craft your perfect bourbon. I've never had it. I've heard it was kind of underwhelming.
Well, so I like Makers a lot.
I know
So that's
you're a
probably
fanboy.
Yeah.
I know.
So that's probably going to be my favorite entry level weeded.
Yeah.
Just regular, and then probably the fact that I don't remember having Weller green labels that doesn't.
But yet you
bode
still
well.
want to put the Weller over this.
Yeah. 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 So I mean, there's just not a lot to it, you know. It's just not.
Have you had any of the Larceny barrel proof stuff?
Mm-mm. No, I've only had the small batch.
So they do those kind of like they do Elijah Craig. They release them 3 times a year, and they have an ABC. Some of those are really good. In fact, in the carnival game of prizes that got lost to your shelf, that Larceny Barrel Proof, one of their releases actually won Whiskey Advocate Whiskey of the Year. And I had sent you a sample of it. Doesn't matter now; it's soaked into your carpet at this
No,
point. But
there was no carpet. It was a concrete floor, hence the issue.
oh,
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it got soaked into the concrete.
Yeah,
But
I would have slipped it up, but there was glass in it. So
yeah. That's no. I'd tell you to suck it out, but whatever. um, but their barrel proof stuff is good. If you ever get a chance to try some of it, I like it. But this is kind of whelming. You know,
Yeah.
I've had some. They do Larceny store picks, and there was one in Macon that was fantastic. It was a little older. You could tell it was probably 6 to 8 years old. It was really good, but still 92 proof. And we'll get the price, but you can imagine what a store pick. You know, the price is going to go up on that, right?
You're right. So let's throw out
right.
a score on this Joker.
Yeah. Where you at? Do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
All right, go ahead. Hit me with it.
47.
Okay. You put it in here. Okay. 47, huh? Do you want to share why?
It's just not like it's again. So 50s being your average, right? Like we're in the middle. It's not terrible. So again, so a 50 is like, it's fine. This is, it's okay, right? So like there's if 50s, it's fine. This is, it's okay. And so it's too thin. The flavors that it's sweet, and again, it's one flavor. You get it. It doesn't really change on you. When you go back for like a second sip, it tastes exactly the same. It's quick, and it's just sweetness is not my thing. I mean, like I don't mind sweetness if I got something to back it up. You know, I got some heat with it or some spice. Yeah. This is just sweet. And again, it tastes like an orange, something that has an orange base that I would smell at Christmas time.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So yeah.
Okay. I'm at a 49. Yeah. So that puts us at what, 48?
Yep.
All right. I'll update that. Yeah, just kind of meh.
Meh.
I mean, it's not bad. It's unfair for me to say meh because it's not bad. It's just a little below average. And again, if we're going to look at the other weeders available, and I've got Weller, Maker's Mark, or this in front of me, I'm probably going to choose Maker's or Weller's. And the Maker's Weller decision is solely going to be based on price.
What about doesn't Redemption have a high wheat bourbon?
I think they do, but I've never had it.
Okay.
And it's not as readily available. I'm talking about like weeders that you can walk in and buy.
I got you.
Just about anywhere, you know. And again, that's where the Weller kind of caveat comes in, because when I first got into bourbon, you could get a bottle of Green Label Weller for $20, and now it's 45 or 50, which is ridiculous because it's not $50 whiskey.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the state of the union. So,
all right, this is a value bottle, right?
yep.
So
I'll give you my value score first.
hold on. First of all, I paid $29 for this.
Okay. I actually have you beat this time.
Did you? Okay.
Paid $27.99.
Okay, I paid $29.99. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so we just got to throw that out so people know what our value score is based on price wise. So,
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's a good value. I think it's a good value in you're getting a entry level weeded bourbon. You know, there's no like aura or like stigma about this like there is Weller, and so it's going to be a little easier to find. I think it's simple, it's easy, and it's something that I would introduce somebody who was trying to get into whiskey. So I'm gonna give it like I don't know, probably like a 65. I think it's a good value.
I'm at a 55 for value.
Okay.
Again, like my value score is really just kind of based on flavor. So I don't care if it's one of the few weeded bourbons you can get, if that makes sense, right? I'm just looking at for the price, what else can I get that tastes better? And there's not a lot, I mean, sub $30, you're kind of, you're getting kind of hard to find anymore. Now this prices are starting to taper off. I mean, I've literally seen stuff drop quite a bit in price. So maybe this will get back down to $20. But so, yeah, I mean, for the price point, I think you can, you're doing a little better flavor wise, you're not talking like a Jesse James regular, something like that. It's going to be, what else? There's some other stuff on the list I was sending you that's like around the same price. It's going to be absolute dog water. Right.
Yeah.
So, I think
you sent me H&H. Yeah, I didn't know we were trying to get the lowest score possible.
Yeah. I was just looking at the bottom shelf and going across it, man.
No, I get it. And there's a thing about Ancient Age. It has the same mash bill as Blanton's. And so and it's been a while back, but there was like this kind of stir and where it was like, this is essentially like a poor man's. And so it got to where like around here, you couldn't find Ancient Age. Not that I was like beating down the door for it, right? But look, there are other whiskeys that Buffalo Trace makes that have the same mash bill as Blanton's. We don't have to go Ancient Age, but
yeah,
it was just kind of how things were.
That's just how ridiculous it all got. I mean, it just got ridiculous. So,
yeah.
Like, and the thing is like, I'm sorry, Blanton's is an extremely overrated drink.
It is. It's a wonderful $60 bourbon.
Yes. Yep. And that's where it ends.
Yeah, but like I sent you, we were talking about another whiskey earlier today. I don't want to spoil anything, but I sent you some prices because I was out doing a little shopping and I ran across a bottle of Blanton's and it was $200 for regular Blanton's, not gold, not straight from the barrel, not any of these fancy like one-offs, just regular Blanton's.
Yeah. Oh,
that bottle's probably 5 years old.
Yeah. So so we're at a 48 for an overall score and a 60 for a value score. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of high for the value. It's close to Jim Beam Black 7-year benchmark full proof was 65. Stranahan's Blue Peak was 57.5. Maker's Mark cask we had at 57. It's relatively high on the value score.
Yep. All right. I guess should we give them a little heads up of something they should be looking for that we're going to review in the next month or so?
Yeah. One of them, I don't know if you're going to be able to find. You have the plug, as the kids would say.
Yeah. So if you can go out and find the Jack Daniel's Heritage, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Heritage release. Do that. We're not sure when we're going to review it, but it'll be before the end of the year. So if you want to grab that and then hold on to it until we review it and review it with us, or if you want to review it but don't send us your score, or you can even send us your score because we're still going to review it ourselves. But what you think of it, we're going to be trying to review that. I've sourced a couple bottles of it for us to review. So, but if you can find it, if you live in Tennessee, I know a place. Email me. I'll tell you where to go because I do know he's getting another shipment in of a few more bottles, and his price is hard to beat.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
It's just crazy.
and he's got.
Yeah.
If you want Old Fitz 7-year, he's got it for $60. So
I saw a bottle of Old Fitz 7-year today, and the guy had it listed for $90. Yeah.
nope.
Yeah. The other thing that you can try and look for, and this is what I'm going to send you, it's called King's Family Distillery. They're actually located in Sevierville. They source some stuff from MGP, but this is their high proof American whiskey.
Okay.
So it's 155 proof.
Ooh.
It's an American light whiskey, which I don't think we've done a light whiskey yet. And it's a 10-year-old. So if you can find that, I would grab that. It should be 70, $80, which is kind of is a really good deal for hazmat whiskey. So if you can find that, that's the bottle I'm going to send you. And maybe you can sip along with us, if you will.
Yep. I did find out old Dominic has that hazmat he's going to be getting some. He just doesn't know when. So I'll try to get some of that for you up.
Yeah, man.
And he said there's 2 other old Dominic releases coming out that he didn't know the names of, but some small releases. So we'll see what it is. But
it's exciting.
Yep. All right. Anyways, moving on. So we don't really have like a full episode tonight, but we just kind of wanted to update you guys on where we're going to go for the next little bit. This will probably carry us into the Christmas season, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just a quick little series. Again, it's something kind of like we did with the spiritual disciplines, that if something happens that we feel led to talk about, we might skip a week or something. I also do realize that we are getting into both DWAT and my crazy time of year. So episodes might not be every 2 weeks. We might get back to our who knows when schedule. But we're not going anywhere. We're just going to try to get it out when we can. So, but we want to go into a series kind of on church leadership. And so basically what is church? What are the roles that are biblically outlined in church leadership? What are those qualifications? And then, how are those being presented today? Are we doing it scripturally? Is the church I attend doing it? Or is it, as you listen, you can think, is it my church? And we'll kind of go through how things have happened in history, but mostly just kind of looking at the qualifications and the roles biblically. Do you got anything you want to throw into there? Or?
No, I'm really looking forward to this. I've talked about it over the last year and a half or so, but we've been church shopping, if you will, and this is something that I've really have tried to pay really hard attention to. As far as the man who's preaching to me and my family, and we're sitting under his teaching and his leadership and his guidance. And this is something that I've really kind of tried to be more mindful about is holding them accountable to, First Timothy and Titus and First Peter. And, you got verses in Ephesians and Acts and all that sort of stuff. So really trying to be intentional about that. And then, so yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to kind of digging in it and getting in the weeds and talking about it, because for me, in my experience, this wasn't something that I really was made aware of until I was in college, that there was a difference between an elder and a pastor. And, I used to kind of poo-poo the word overseer because I felt like it was made up, but some translations, they actually use the word overseer, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to digging into it, because I think there's some pretty clear biblical mandates for church leadership. And it's going to be fun to talk about how we got there, as far as the early church and the Middle Age and Reformation and kind of what that looks like in modern times. And then kind of the different ways churches govern themselves, whether it's congregational or pastor or association, and then how we as men can discern what that looks like for our family. And at what point do we pick up our Bible and walk out?
Yep.
And I say that because we would do that differently. You would literally pull the holy note guy, stand up and be like, Liz, let's go. And you would walk out in the middle to where I would finish the service, sulk. My face would turn red because I'd be so mad. And then I'd walk out and they go, hey, thanks for having us. Like
Yeah.
we would both respond very differently. But still, we need to know as men, leaders of our family, like at what point do we draw the line in that? So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this, dude.
Yeah, I'm too, and I think it's gonna be cool because we both have different denominational backgrounds, and so I'm kind of
Yep.
curious too in our, not only looking historically, but in our own lives, what have we been a part of? What have we seen that works? What have we seen that's been a problem? You know, kind of looking at that, and then again, just is I think it's important as we to discern this is because in the modern age we see so many different formats, and you've got like the celebrity pastors, you've got different denominations of these different hierarchical structures, from papal to non-denominational, right? And so, but what does a faithful church do, and what does it look like? And I think we'll find that there are things that in areas where there's grace, that there's not really defined rigid like terms, and then I think we'll find other areas where there are, and maybe just we've missed the mark. And so I'm just kind of, I think it's gonna be good to go through. I'm not an expert on any of this, and I don't know if you are,
No,
but
I'm
I
just the police.
yeah. I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express one time, and so I'm hoping that holds me through. But it's something that like you said, I've started paying more attention to, and I've been underneath good leadership, and I've been underneath bad leadership in a church. And I don't mean that the people are bad; I mean the structures or the ways they're doing things. Um,
Yeah,
so
and I've been a part of, and of course we can dig into this later, but I've been a part of a transition. And I don't mean the discernment part that we went through church. I mean a transition in leadership to where again, we were in the Methodist church, itinerant preaching, that whole thing. And we had a pastor leave, and I wouldn't call him weak, but he just wasn't, it was his time to go. And then we had another guy come in and really stand on, this is your church, you need to take ownership of it, I am just a shepherd, you know and you want to talk about a hard shift. I mean, it was difficult for some people who had gone to that church their whole life. Those people. You can
yeah,
probably, you got somebody related to you who's one of those people. But I've been a part of that mindset shift as well. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to talking about it.
yep, yep. So yeah, I think this will be good. So that we just kind of wanted to give a preview. We're kind of a little early on this episode, and I know that, you're going out of town for a week. I've got a few busy weeks coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping in a couple Sundays we can get one put together. We might have a guest because I'm gonna have somebody here. We might have a guest join us on that one. He's Polish too, so you probably won't get along with him very well. But
Yeah, he's my third favorite Noller.
third favorite.
Yeah, I mean, his wife's cool. I don't know, I haven't met your dad. I don't want to discount him, but I like Liz too. So I mean, there's other options, and he needs to know that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, but no, but yeah, if you want to let people know, like if this is something that you're interested or you think other people be interested in, let them know. Hey, come on, these guys are going to start this. And I think I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be good. The first thing we're going to kind of, if you want to start reading ahead or whatever, is the first thing we're going to do is talk about the position of elder, pastor, overseer. Like those words are all synonymous in the New Testament. So we're going to look at that and what the qualifications are and the roles are. And my thought, DWAD, is we'll kind of go through, elders, pastors, and deacons, qualifications, what the roles are in the Bible that we see, examples of it, and then we'll start breaking down the history of how things changed and where we went and how we got our episodes.
Yep.
So yeah, it's kind of where we're going to go. We're excited about it, and I hope you guys want to join us on it. And if you've got input or stuff, I think this would be great to get some interaction. If we get some questions that might lead DWAT and I into some, a little more study, a little more thought on stuff, we'd love to hear from you guys, and
Yep.
go from there.
Yeah, and also aggregate, bourbon scores.
Yes.
I know we already talked about the bourbon, but apparently we made Foolproof sound so wonderful that my wife had to try some. So she just couldn't get over how sweet we made it sound. So certainly send in your aggregate scores as well. But yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we need aggregate scores. So, all right. Well, short episode, but
Yep.
that's all we got. And we'll catch you guys in a few weeks on the first one of this little series. And until then, we'll close in prayer first. Then we'll
Yeah. All right.
Dear Lord, we just thank you for this time. Even though it's just short, get together, Lord. But I just thank you for D-Watt and for his friendship. I thank you for the listeners. I ask, Lord, that you just be real in their lives, that you'd be heavy on their hearts and minds, in a way that you just continue to pour out yourself to them, that they can so they can understand you better and better. We thank you for Jesus. We thank you for his calling us to salvation and saving us through his. And we just, again, Lord, we just give it all to you. We ask that we go forward in this during this series, that we would figure out how to best structure the body of the church to glorify you and to be effective, and that this would be a worthwhile endeavor. And we give you all the honor and glory.
Amen.
All right, we'll catch you all next time on the Manhood.neat pod. So you like packing tonight, or are you going to be able to hit the sticks a little bit?
Both. Just hit me up when you get home.
All right, later.
All right.